Acoustics can seem like a bit of a dark art and a mystery to those setting up a home studio, and yet it's one of the most important factors in the recorded sound. Acoustics can involve a lot of maths and physics and years of study, but there are lots of common sense and common options and solutions that studios all around the world employ. In this short video, I'm going to show you the difference between treated and untreated rooms and hopefully offer some common sense solutions to the home recordist to help them get started on building their home studio. I'm aiming this largely at students and people who are maybe getting into music tech and music production at home for the first time. Let's start off by having a look at what sound in an untreated room sounds like. So this room is completely empty. It is in the middle of being decorated. There's no carpet, there's no underlay, there's nothing on the walls, there's not even a radiator. It's got creaky floorboards, it's got a blank ceiling, and it is completely empty. And we're going to see how this sounds compared to the studio, which is below us and is exactly the same size as this room. So the only difference will be the treatment that has been applied to each room. The microphone being used is the Avantone CK40. It's a stereo mic and it's set to crossed figure 8 pattern. So it's picking up a left and right at the front and a left and right at the back. And if you pop your headphones on, you'll get a really good image of how this room sounds. So you can hear just how much of the room there is in that recording. The sound is bouncing off the walls everywhere, and with nothing to stop it, it continues to bounce for a lot longer than in a treated room. Let's hear the same thing in this room, which has been treated extensively. So that shows what a big difference acoustic treatment can make in a room. If we look at the waveforms, you'll notice that the untreated room, the sound recorded was a lot louder, and that's why you saw me wearing ear defenders in the room. This is because there's nothing in that room to soak up the sound. When you use acoustic treatment in a room, the sound hits that treatment and is dissipated into heat energy and doesn't reflect back into the room and the microphones that you're using to record. For a very primary school visual representation of this, you can think about throwing a tennis ball against a wall and a tennis ball against a mattress. One will bounce back with a lot of energy, the other one won't. In terms of actual practical application in a home studio, there are certain common sense and tried and tested methods that you can use to get your recordings and your playback sounding better. One of the classic ones is to get some acoustic treatment, some panels, and put them at either side and behind and on top of your speaker system. As you'll see, I've got behind me here, the white panels are very deep, about 10 centimetre thick rock wool, and they are either side, and there's ones on the ceiling as well, and it works absolute wonders. You'll see I've got some other kinds of acoustic treatment in here, and I've talked about those in other videos. I designed these myself, I made these myself, but they're based on BBC and Abbey Road designs. One of the best things you can do is buy yourself a pack of acoustic foam tiles from somewhere like Anderton's or GAC or other online retailers, and follow the rules that you can find in this video or online or in books about putting them around the room, around the speaker system. But really, if you are recording in a small room, you should be fine with placing them behind the mic where you're using the mic and behind the sound source you are recording. So if it's a singer, place it behind the singer, and if it's a drum kit, try and place it around the drum kit. As you've seen, my drum kit has a lot of acoustic treatment around it. One of the best ideas if you're on a budget is to try and glue them to a portable board or something that you can attach to a mic stand with a hook or something, so that you're not stuck sticking them on the wall and then you have to buy more to stick somewhere else. While YouTube videos and online resources and talking to experienced producers, either home or professional, is very helpful, one of the most helpful things that I've found personally in my career is this particular book, The Master Handbook of Acoustics. It's very lengthy, it's very detailed. It is very heavy on maths and physics, and if you are looking to get really deeper knowledge on acoustics, I would fully recommend this book. It's quite expensive, but you can probably find a second-hand one, and it has been a mainstay of my professional reference and reading for 20 years. I hope that's been helpful. I hope that's been a really quick 10-minute guide to using some acoustic treatment, to maybe the first foray into acoustic treatment in your home studio. Feel free to ask me any questions, and have a good weekend, folks.